Alright, you know what? I usually stay away from stupid bullshit drama online, but holy shit. This is something that I've been worried about for quite a while now, and it turned out that my suspicions were thankfully wrong. So there's this guy on YouTube by the name of Joseph Martelli. Joseph is mainly known for two things. Number one, his obsessive hatred of gay people, despite formally identifying as a gay man himself. Number two, suggesting that we all take every single gay and lesbian person and put them on a secluded island. That way, apparently they would just die out, right? Well, no, not really. Some of them would just multiply either way, considering that there'd be millions of people on that island. And it wouldn't really get rid of all gay people, since they tend to come from straight couples anyway. Any fucking how, he recently gained some notoriety for doing something really stupid. He threatened to shoot a bunch of people. Let me give you a quick backstory on this. So there's this show on YouTube that I watch on an almost daily basis called The Drunken Peasants. The Drunken Peasants consist of four hosts who pick apart controversial or stupid videos on YouTube, along with some occasional news coverage and debates regarding topics like religion, veganism, evolution, yada yada yada. During one of their episodes, they covered a video by Joseph Martelli where he claims that homosexuality could be eradicated by simply putting all gay and lesbian people on an island. The Drunken Peasants made fun of his idea and basically just demolished his video. Joseph did not take this very well. In fact, it ignited a very obsessive behavior in him, which has led to him making numerous of videos every day dissing the Drunken Peasants and their fans. And at one point he started making multiple videos where he mentioned that the police should check his bag when he arrives in Columbus, Ohio, which is where the Drunken Peasants are located.
Here we have Joseph Martelli's book bag that will be going to Columbus, Ohio. And when I arrive in their city, and if they don't want to check it, the Amazing Atheist and the Drunken Peasants, if yous don't want to check my bag, how about a law enforcement officer in your city, in Columbus, Ohio, checks my bag for any weapons or anything like that? Okay? Because you made some false accusations against me, and now I want it brung to your face.
He would also later go on to post a picture of his Bible with a gun on it, hinting that he would be bringing it to a Drunken Peasants fan meetup that was happening in Columbus, Ohio. I was actually going to confront him about this in a Google Hangout, along with another YouTuber by the name of Tommy from the Bronx. I eventually found myself blocked, despite the fact that Joseph had agreed and shown much interest of the upcoming Google Hangout.
Joseph Martelli here, May 2nd, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Joseph Martelli's gonna host a Google Hangout. I want Tommy from the fucking Bronx to be there because he's such the fucking tough guy. And SWEGTA, if you decide to show up, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
To my knowledge, Tommy from the Bronx did not show up either, though I'm unsure of whether or not he actually agreed to this Google Hangout in the first place. Joseph would then go on to make more and more videos hinting at shooting up the place and became extremely defensive whenever someone would question his motives.
So here we have a fool on the internet that wants to speak and comment on my videos, and he wants to know what I'm doing. Whoever the fuck you are behind this account, I don't give a fuck what you're doing, but you're paying attention to who? Say my fucking name right now. While you're watching this, say my fucking name. Well, you're saying Joseph Martelli, right? I don't know who you are, but you know who I am. I already said I wasn't going. What the fuck? Are you people that fucking stupid? So here's my intentions. You want to know my intentions? Come to Niagara Falls and ask me. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. I don't gotta answer to fucking none of yous. Do I ask what the fuck your intentions are if you go somewhere? No, I'm not going to their fucking meetup. I won't be there.
He eventually showed up in Columbus, Ohio, the day before the fan meetup, where he repeatedly made videos taunting the Drunken Peasants, saying things like, "They don't have the guts to face me, Joseph Martelli, peace," and so on. He recorded himself at multiple restaurants and different locations, before finally returning to his motel room to make yet more diss videos towards the Drunken Peasants, and probably jerk off to some gay porn while he sobs into a cheap jizz-covered motel pillow. And eventually, the Drunken Peasants did actually call him live on air, and all he really did was taunt them before hanging up. The day after, he showed up at their meetup and basically had an entire crowd of over 150 people heckling him as he passed by. He smugly recorded a video of himself saying, "Here I am, Joseph Martelli, but none of yous wanna face me."
Look at him! Look at him!
Ha ha! Look at him turning around.
Ha ha ha, look at them turning around? Are you fucking kidding me? Not only are you the one apparently backing away from them as you cross over to another street away, you're also the one who constantly blocks people and turns off comments because you're too weak to handle the criticism that people rightfully give you. Who's the coward again? And look, whatever your religious affiliation is, and whatever your view on homosexuality is, you cannot in all honesty side with someone who engages in the kind of behavior that Joseph does. Joseph, there's a reason for why barely anyone is siding with you on this one, aside from Brett Keane and some other asshole I'm gonna be responding to in this video. The closest thing to anyone wanting the Drunken Peasants to stop covering your videos is because you're fucking boring.
Shitty videos, I make shitty videos, I'm boring, I'm this and I'm that, yet you're concerned about what the fuck I'm doing in a different city from people that have how many subscribers and how many people, and they're mocking me and making fun of me. They shouldn't even be worried about a little Joseph Martelli, right? From Niagara Falls, right?
You record at least 5 videos a day of useless shit that no one on earth could find watchable for more than 10 minutes. And you either make attack videos towards people for the slightest bit of dissenting opinion, or you document a fucking brick wall as if it were some kind of deep philosophical representation of life. At least the Drunken Peasants entertain over 100,000 people and did not cancel the event just because some guy with a small dick complex decided to threaten to shoot up the place.
Joseph Martelli. Oh boy, keep making those videos, keep making those videos, keep acting like you're the biggest tough guy on the fucking internet. Keep acting like you're an internet tough guy, Joseph. We all know the truth now. You didn't do shit. No one chased you. They practically walked right after you. You are a liar and a coward. Get over it.
They stood their ground and did not back away, regardless of whether or not you were coming to Ohio to confront them, as you put it, when in reality all you did was prove how much free time you have on your hands and how obsessive you get over the smallest bit of criticism. It's clear to me that Joseph does have some problems, but as far as this kind of behavior goes, I find it inexcusable and absolutely reprehensible. Insinuating that you're gonna shoot a bunch of people, repeatedly making harassment videos, and constantly trying to provoke some kind of physical confrontation is not only extremely childish and despicable, but it's also a clear sign that YouTube is not a place for you. If you can't handle petty online drama bullshit without resorting to threatening people and obsessively making videos about their character, then I suggest that you turn off your computer and go do something a bit more productive, or at the very least that you contact a psychology professional who can actually help you with these issues. And as for your multiple videos where you smugly show over 100 people hating on you, I find it incredibly sad that this is the biggest thing you found enjoyment out of this whole time. The fact that you take the disdain from all of those people that you threatened to shoot is not only mildly disturbing but also pathetic. And it seems like he's planning on returning to Columbus, Ohio to confront the Drunken Peasants yet again.
Joseph Martelli here. I think I'm gonna go back to Columbus, Ohio. Without your fat ass knowing.
And it also appears that he's decided to flag Tommy from the Bronx channel, which really isn't that surprising. He also claims that the Drunken Peasants fans who attended the meetup are stalkers.
I don't give a shit about none of you people that were there, outside of telling you the truth. And guess what? The truth is, leave me the fuck alone. Stop stalking me. Yeah, I didn't fucking think so, coward-ass motherfuckers. Joseph Martelli here. We back in Buffalo after I raided the Drunken Peasants meetup. Yeah, no one fucking ran away like a little bitch. No one fucking ran away like a little bitch.
So let me get this straight, you make at least 100 videos about the Drunken Peasants and the Amazing Atheist where you harass them non-stop, you then travel to Columbus, Ohio and begin to ask people if they know where the Drunken Peasants live, and then you decide to show up at the meetup just so you can watch them from a distance. And you're the victim of stalking? You do realize that there was a meetup taking place, right? That these people were actually there to have a good time and meet members of their favorite podcast, right? Apparently Joseph Martelli remains the victim, regardless of how much he himself stirs the drama pot, and regardless of the dozens of ad hominem-filled videos you've made on a daily basis towards the Drunken Peasants. And I know that by making this video, he'll obsessively harass me in the comments, but fuck it, something needs to be said. And right before I end this video, there's one last thing I want to ask Joseph. What the fuck did you gain from this? You traveled all the way from New York to Ohio, checked into a motel, and obsessively made at least 100 fucking videos about people you don't even like. And what did you get out of it? A crowd of people booing you and heckling you as you stand a distance away from them just in case one of them decides to actually confront you. And as soon as one of them gets closer to you, you run off like a little bitch. Is this really what you do with your time, Joseph? Do you feel like a tough guy now? Was it money well spent? Have you proven your fucking point by threatening over 100 fucking people? The saddest part of all of this is that you're a father. You have kids that you could have spent time with, but instead you decided to go on a stalking field trip by yourself to smugly stand next to over 100 people who hate your guts. Another thing that disturbs me a bit is the fact that Joseph actually pulls his kids into any internet drama bullshit he gets into.
I'm here with my children, and we're looking at Goofy Robert Robinson, because obviously this person is a concern, and he talks about my kids as mom, and he talks about my life. Well, do you talk about my kids too, Robert? Well, they got something to tell you. After 2 years, they say, stop stalking our dad. Tell them, guys.
Stop stalking our dad!
He'll play videos of his detractors he has and shows it to his kids as if they really give a fuck, when in reality they're probably more interested in spending time with their dad rather than engaged in some bullshit internet drama arguments. And it's actually kind of sad how the feeling is apparently not mutual on your end, Joseph. Now hey, I get that people talking about your kids can be a sensitive thing, I do understand that, but do you really have to incorporate them into this kind of shit? Personally, I suggest that you move on in life to other things. If you want to do the whole vlogger thing, then go right ahead. I just find it disgusting how irresponsible you act around other people, especially your detractors. And before I end this video, I just want to give a quick response to a guy by the name of Raymond Yecht, who made a video response to all of this, and I do apologize if I mispronounce your name.
Raymond Yecht. So yesterday, the Drunken Peasants had a meetup in Columbus, Ohio. They sought out Joseph Martelli because he was visiting Ohio, and you can even find a video on YouTube somewhere of him having to run away from them because they chased him, they attacked him, they bullied him.
Okay, so your take on this video is that the Drunken Peasants and their fans are no better than Joseph Martelli, huh? So a guy like Joseph decides to threaten to shoot up a place and kill a bunch of people. He repeatedly makes harassment videos and talks down to anyone who offers a differing opinion than that of his own. He shows up to the meetup after over a week of threatening over 200 people, and what happens? They tell him to fuck off. And according to Mr. Raymond here, that's no better than what Joseph did.
They're cheering, they're yelling, they're screaming, just happy that they just bullied a Christian for no reason. All he was doing was walking by and they attacked him. He's probably got some bruises after it. Just goes to show you what type of people they are.
Bully him? Are you serious? You don't think that this is the kind of thing anyone with a modicum of common sense would expect to happen? You have like 200 diehard fans who have been threatened by some lunatic with an ego of the size of fucking Jupiter, who then decides to show up to the meetup so he can arrogantly edge them all to pick a fight with them. But what eventually happens is that people have had enough, and they tell him to go screw himself. But the one part you fail to mention is how no one even laid a finger on him.
He's probably got some bruises after it.
All they did was walk slowly towards his direction and tell him to go fuck himself.
Because they chased him, they attacked him.
Attacked and chased off? Are you fucking for real? Yet again, you scumfuck. Nothing happened. There was no physical altercation. And all there was a backlash of people who had finally had enough of his bullshit death threats and bogus wannabe tough guy act. People decided to stand up to the true bully here, Joseph Martelli. You then decide to go on and smugly state in the comments that this type of behavior is typical for atheists, to downvote your video and call you an asshole, whilst ignoring all constructive criticism that people have given your video. As for this whole religious versus non-religious ordeal, I really couldn't give less of a fuck. I personally don't believe in God, but I don't have a problem with anyone who does. To each his own and all that jazz. My problem here lays with you cherry-picking the events and tap dancing around your own logic. You're no different than the news tabloids who pick out the worst in people and pluck out the things that actually make them decent human beings in order to turn the general public against them. Whether the news story they're covering is true or not, all you've done is proving yourself to be a selective thinking douchebag with a bigoted mind and a tendency to evade the truth. Having that said, I do apologize if this drama shit wasn't your guys' cup of tea or something that you guys really wanted from my channel, but I just wanted to give my 2 cents on this whole bullshit since I saw every ounce of it go down. I know I usually don't do this kind of thing, but I just couldn't stay silent on this whole ordeal anymore, especially the way people are being misled about this whole thing. I'll have some awesome new non-drama videos up soon, and I hope you guys have had a good weekend. Thanks for watching. Peace!
No one fucking ran away like a little bitch.